I'm down first. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am Tameka Chapman, and I'm here. Hold on, let's get this right because I hear an echo. Let's see here. All right, is it better now?
Yeah, I don't hear an echo.
Okay, perfect. So I'm Tameka Chapman. I am here speaking to Miss Dana Watson of Pearls, Pearls, and Crowns. As you all just saw the intro to their show, Pearls, Pearls, and Crowns, where Dana Watson, Katrina Willis, and Taisha Ellis are the hosts. So I am Tameka Chapman. I am the owner of the Mobile Channel, which is partnered with Exposure TV Network. And together, in partnership, we have reached of 160 million homes, 128 countries, and we are just excited to bring some amazing content to TV by way of one of these amazing shows, Pearls, Curves, and Crowns. So, hey, Dana, how are you?
I am good. How are you doing, Tamika?
I'm doing good. I wanted to come on and just first, you all just had your debut episode last Tuesday. So can I just say congrats to you all for making that happen? It was an absolutely amazing episode. Can I just say that?
It was an awesome experience just to be able to see myself on the screen and sit back on the couch and like, oh my God, look at me.
Oh my gosh. So absolutely. I wanted to just have a conversation with you about that episode, and then we'll talk, going forward and what's to come more with the season for you all. So let's talk about the first episode. The first episode aired last Tuesday, and it was about high energy foods. It was about spiritual development. It was also about the beauty inside out with the skincare routine, right?
Yeah.
So I love that. Can you tell us a little bit about the concept and what your show is all about?
Yes, so I love to say that curls, curves, and crowns is about all things woman, talking about every single topic you can think of when it comes to the everyday woman. Talking about relationships, we're talking about health and wellness when it comes to our body. There's so many different categories when it comes to the body alone because stress impacts our body in different ways. The foods that we eat, it does not affect us all the same way. I can eat something and someone else can eat the same thing and our bodies will respond to it differently. And that's the beauty of being a woman. Our curves are different. And so we have to learn how to love ourselves in our own unique way. And that's what curls, curves, and crowns is all about. Being able to just express how we feel as women, come together in sisterhood. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. Katrina's an entrepreneur. Kaisha's an entrepreneur. So we're talking about businesses and how it affects us being a mom and being an entrepreneur. I mean, we're talking about everything under the sun in this show.
I love it. I love it. I think that's absolutely necessary when we think about today's time. There's a lot of information. We can go to Google for everything, but if we can actually just tap into just that conversation, right? The
Right.
conversation of talking about the different things that's affecting us as women,
Mhm.
the things that we're going through, whether that's a relationship, dating, kids and parenting, relationships with others, not necessarily in a romantic relationship as well,
Right.
but the health and wellness, all about it all, right? So
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about you and what it is that you are bringing with your expertise. So introduce yourself and what it is that you do, and tell us what you're bringing to the show.
Okay. So my name is Dana Watson, but my clients call me Coach Dana W. So my expertise is in the health and wellness area. I'm talking about emotional eating a lot because that's what my niche is in. I work with a lot of individuals who deal with emotional trauma, PTSD, and the way they cope with this trauma is they eat. So it's very important that when I do meet with my clients, I let them know that I do not have a weight loss program. It's not about just losing weight, but it's about getting into that inner being. Who are you when you're eating, right?
Yeah.
What's your relationship with food? Because we have that relationship with our body, but a lot of times we neglect to understand our relationship with food and trying to figure out what are we really trying to nourish when we're eating, because sometimes we eat because we can't sleep, and you think about that comfort food, and when you call it comfort food, that's exactly what it's supposed to do. It puts us
Hmm.
to sleep. But is that a good thing? Is it a good thing that food puts us to sleep? If food is taking away our energy, right? If it's making us feel sluggish, guess what? It is affecting not just our body, but it's affecting the way that we work out, the way we move our body. When we're going to
Yeah.
work, are we having those moments where I don't feel like doing anything because I'm just too tired? You think
Yeah.
about that midday slump where it's like, I don't know if I can get over the hill. It's like it usually hit us about 3 o'clock. We don't know if we can make it to 5 o'clock or not because we're just feeling tired. So this
Yeah.
episode, we talk about high energy foods because it's important to understand our bodies and how our bodies respond to food.
I love that. I love that. I can say my body responds to just how it's supposed to food. Okay, I eat it, it puts me to sleep.
And some people want that, but it does not mean it's right.
Not at all. Not at all. So yes, I absolutely love that. In the grand scheme of things, we as women, we need to be our healthiest,
Yeah,
mind, body, and soul, right?
yeah,
Um, and that's a big part of your show, touching on the mind, getting women to understand that it's okay to want better, it's okay to live better. It's
right.
okay to do better for yourself in spite of everything that's going on. The body with the health and the wellness side, and teaching us how to care for our body, not necessarily
Mhm.
a diet or a workout program, but taking care of your body is more than just working out. Working out is a good bit of it, but it's more than just working out. It's the daily
Right.
routine, the night routines, the things that you're doing throughout the day as well. And
Hmm.
then your soul, with Kaisha coming in with the spiritual aspect, the personal development aspect. I think as a whole, it's a show that any woman can tap into and take information from any segment of the show,
Right.
and run with it and actually start to live and have a better life, a healthier life, a
Mhm.
happier life.
Yeah, I definitely agree. We are whole beings. And so sometimes we neglect one for the other. Like you might see someone who is physically fit. They have the muscles, their stomach might be snatched, their waist might be snatched. But what's going on with the emotional side? Are they feeling
Yeah.
broken? And so we judge things from the outside and we think someone may be healthy because the way that they look, but
Hmm.
their heart, their soul, their spirit needs counseling, needs coaching, needs love.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's why it's important to me that we incorporate that mind, that body, and that spirit because we're one in three, three in one. I say just like God. God is triune. God, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. We are triune, mind, body, and spirit.
Absolutely. I love it. So, listen, for everyone that's tuning in, I would ask that you let us know if you have downloaded the Exposure TV Network app and actually caught the debut episode of Curls, Curves, and Crowns. And if not, do it now. It's all of 30 seconds on your streaming TV device. It is the Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, and even Android and Apple mobile devices. So we are everywhere. You can watch us at any time on your way, going, or coming, as long as you're not driving, right? We want you to be safe.
Yes.
You can catch us anywhere at any time. with all of the shows that we have here at the Mogul Channel, as well as other shows on Exposure TV Network. Again, I'm talking to Coach Dana Watson, who is one of the hosts of Curls, Curves, and Crowns. We're doing an episode recap of their first episode, actually their debut episode that aired last Tuesday. They have a new episode coming out this week, and I'm super
Yes.
duper doggone excited about that as well. I know that it's going to be as much as a blessing and an exciting experience as the debut episode. So we were just talking to Coach Dana, just for her to tell us a little bit about who she is, and her background as far as what she's bringing to the show. For this show is the number one space for women to learn, and it's an international show. Can we just say that as well? It's an international show. We have show hosts who are international. Um, and we have an audience that's truly international. But this is the number one international show for women to learn how to embrace themselves inside and out, mind, body, and soul. And I love this show. I love the chemistry that you all have with each other as well. It seems like as if you all have known each other for years. How you're on camera and you can just actually relate. And I think that's a big part of us as women. We can
Mhm.
actually relate to each other when we open our minds and open our hearts, and the possibilities are there. The
Right, right.
possibility is there to just connect.
Yeah, I think
We can always
when
find
you
something
stop
in
looking
common,
at women as competition, because
right?
so many times your entrepreneurs are competing with each other. Women are competing with each other, with looks, with beauty, with men. And so putting that on the side and understanding that we're all going through the same challenges as Black women.
Yeah,
We get overlooked a lot when it comes to careers, and we need to lift each other up. And that's why I love the last part of the name of our show, Crowns. And we
yeah,
did this Crown Yourself tour because it's important that we not only put the crowns back on our own head, but we put the crowns back on our sister's head because we're
yeah.
so much stronger together.
Absolutely. I love that. And I love that you hit on the fact that so many times there's so much competition. And
Mhm.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't be competitive in business, but business is one thing. But when you bring it outside of business to now you're personally
Yeah.
involved in trying to compete against everything under the sun, as you said, the looks, the lifestyle,
Yeah.
everything, that's a bit nonsense. That's a
Yeah.
good bit of nonsense because how are you surviving? How are you living that way? If your mind is so wrapped around every single day of, okay, I have to outdo this person, I have to outdo that person, that makes no sense.
Mhm.
I've been saying it for, I would say, at least 2 to 3 years now,
Yeah.
that the biggest way of growing is growing together, right? Because when
Yeah.
you grow together, you can grow so much further. There's
Mhm.
connections that you wouldn't even have, or wouldn't even know about if you didn't understand how to truly collaborate or partner with others. And I think
Right.
it's really, really important that women do that. And so I just want to say thank you and
Thank
the
you.
ladies of Pearls, Curves, and Crowns for showing that African American women, for one, can come together, create something absolutely amazing that's inspirational, educational, informative, funny, relatable, all of the above, for
Right.
women across the world to actually enjoy on this great platform, which is TV. So thank you. I appreciate you for doing that, and
Thank
appreciate your
you.
yes for doing that.
I appreciate you for having me. I tell you this much. When you called me to tell me about the show, I was so excited. I was like, I got to pull on the side of the road because is this happening for real? So I'm so excited about this opportunity to just be able to speak about the things that I love. Like you said, it's an international show. So, sometimes we're so, I want to say we're kind of stuck in our
Yeah,
own local areas. And it's like we want that reach, but how do you do it? And this is a perfect way to do it. So, thank you.
absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you. I appreciate you. Um, and I know the other ladies would have loved to have been here, but everybody's schedule sometimes is a little bit off, and that's okay. You all will be able to catch up with them soon, within the next week or two,
Mhm.
as we continue to go live. And so this is one thing that we will be doing, after every episode that airs. Each show will be going live as a recap to give you more insight on the background, what was going on, what happened, even deeper into the conversations that happened.
Yeah.
And it's going to give you a chance to connect with all of the show hosts. And I'm super, so excited for everything that's happening with the Mogul channel, and with Curls and Crowns, as well as any of the other shows. We have four amazing shows. So let me just give a shout out real quick. I know we're on Curls and Crowns, but let me give a shout out real quick to the other shows, on the Mogul channel. So we have, them doggone millennials, y'all. Them doggone millennials. We have young and thriving entrepreneurs. Host Brittany, Travis, Javante, and Kendrick. We have In Her Ear, which is the number one international women's health show. We have Dr. Shima Tai, Dr. Naisha, and Miss Brittany, who's a licensed mental health counselor. And then we have Live to Your Soul with Alicia Sill. And now we have Curls, Curves, and Crowns with Coach Dana Watson, Katrina Willis, and Kaisha Ellis. When I tell y'all, this is a one amazing roundup for the fall season. I told y'all that the fall was going to be hot, hot, hot. It's getting cooler outside, but the conversations are absolutely on fire, and I'm absolutely enjoying all of the episodes. So if you haven't downloaded Exposure TV Network app just yet, go ahead and do that. Binge watch all of these amazing shows, as well as all the other shows on the network, and get ready for new episodes airing this week. So this week, before we get off of here, I just want to give a little sneak peek of what's going on this week. What happened in the what happened in the Curls and Crowns house? Um, so this week was all about domestic violence. You know, you all are paying, tribute to, those who have suffered at the hands of domestic violence or intimate
Yes.
partner violence, and then, um, saying saluting those who are survivors,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
So, Dana, can you tell us a little bit about, you know domestic violence, and how you were able to relate to that?
Yeah, so it was important that we highlighted Domestic Violence Awareness Month because one is October, and so we always want to pay, tribute to those who have survived domestic violence, and we're praying for those who are still in those toxic relationships that you too can escape. And I can say that because I am a survivor of domestic violence. Several different forms. A lot of times people just think that is the physical, right? The hitting and the pushing and the punching. But there's also that emotional domestic violence. You also have financial domestic violence, sexual. There's so many forms, mental. And so we just wanted to, just acknowledge that we understand, that we know that they are out here. And if you're watching the show, this show is all about loving yourself. And so, in
Yes,
order for some ladies to even be able to leave some of these toxic relationships, they have to build their self esteem and build their self worth and know that they are worthy of true love. They are deserving of so much better in life.
I
So, that was the
love
reason
that, and
why it's important to us.
that's exactly what this show is doing. It is helping
Mhm.
women all over across the world, learn to embrace and build up their self worth, their self value, their self love. Because there are millions of women who are still, in a domestic, violence relationship, if you want
Yes,
to call it a relationship.
right.
But there's millions of women who are still trapped,
Hmm.
and not just physically, but mentally, they're trapped. And so
Right.
this show, I definitely believe, is going to continue to bring light and life to those, and helping them break free from their mental bondage and their
Yes.
physical bondage, giving them the courage, that they need, and learning to love themselves enough to say, okay, I love me enough. It's time out for this. It's time to make a different choice, a different change. Something new has to happen if I want to live, and survive and thrive.
Right.
So again, you all, the episode is dropping tomorrow. Make sure you all download the Exposure TV Network app so that you can catch it as soon as it airs. We're so excited about it. I'm so proud of these amazing ladies for
Mhm.
doing all that they've done to make this
Thank
this
you.
show an absolute success.
Thank you so
It's
much.
needed. It's absolutely needed. So, and I thank you. And you're needed, Coach Dana.
Oh, thank you.
You're absolutely needed. And I really appreciate you all so much. So listen, again, I'm Tameka Chapman, the owner of the Mobile Channel, the number one minority owned, woman owned, and veteran owned streaming TV channel in the DMV. If you are looking for an opportunity to bring more visibility to your business, brand, products, and services, you need to get in contact with us today. We have four amazing shows and a platform where we are able to bring that visibility to you. If you're looking for more information, send us an email at info@themobilechannel.com. That's info@themobilechannel.com. We have plenty of space. It's the holiday time. The holiday season is here. Now is the better time. It's the best time to get in and get your commercials set up. So again, thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you, Coach Dana, for
You're
being
welcome.
here and letting us know about curls, curves, and crowns and what's to come. I'm so excited, so excited. So again, thank you. Thank you all. Y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. You have a good night too.